What you hear is the computer. You've got a fan on the left side, but that's just a little tabletop round kind of fan. But that loud sound on the right is my bad. The computer. I don't want to put it on the ground because I don't, if it gets something spills or cats get easier access. It's harder to clean, keep dust and stuff off it when it's on a floor area. So I just fed the kitty cats lunch, cat like wet food. So that is why they're not here. I just opened all the windows. Look how freaking glorious it is outside right now. This just happened like in the last half hour. For real. It's like about 11:30 maybe. It's so pretty. Definitely get in the garbage. I've got so much garbage to get out. And that, I'm including like boxes inside of boxes inside of boxes. Because the last 2 weeks have either been drizzling or or so freaking windy. You see how many blue jays are coming in? Oh, the dove fly. See them all? See them on the sides of the bushes and stuff? I told you the weather just got nice. It was really kind of cold. Chilly, but not. But within the last half hour, 30, 40, literally the sun just came out and it's just been beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Starlings haven't showed up yet today. And I just put more peanuts out there because I did have this morning. This morning I slept in. Raspy diligently tried from the time it was dawn, waking me up. I did not get to sleep till 2:30 or 3 or something like that. I don't know. A lot of things going around in my head, not necessarily like in a bad space. I don't know, there's shifting going on. I'm not sure what it is yet. I've been in a bit of a slump for the last several weeks, for sure. I think partially brought on by the pain, partially the time of year. And I never thought I'd see a time where I would ever, as an adult, not look forward to holidays, especially like Thanksgiving, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And the last 3 years, anybody who's listened for a while knows, one of my twin sons unwillingly ran ahead over 3 years ago. Right before, 6 weeks before he and his twin turned 16. So, ever since then, especially since the boys lived with their dad since they were 7, so up until then, it'd been like 8, years or so. There's absolutely no reason now for the other to move, even though he's over 18. He's on the spectrum, but that's why who the gonna care if I don't do or don't celebrate the holiday, because my children aren't here to see if I do or don't. So what does it freaking matter? And I've just had so much physical pain because we've had such cold weather and such wet weather, which hasn't been typical for us. And so the pain for anybody with bone issues or joint issues or arthritis, things like that, any place you've ever broken a bone or something, you know what I'm talking about when there's moisture, either rain or snow, and when it gets cold. It's just, ugh. Those are two things. And when it's cold and moisture, and it's painful. And you just don't. It takes like weeks and weeks for your body to start adapting. And if the weather keeps changing, it keeps screwing you up. Like, you gotta start again. And it's not anything you have control over. That's the suckiest part. So, because when you try to power through it and your foot just says, okay, I'm not going to stand anymore, the muscle says, I need a break. You There's only so far, you know, willpower goes when the physical is going, yeah, no, that's I can't do that any longer. Let me sit, or I will sit. Type of thing. So it's annoying as hell. It's frustrating. You can't go and do everything you want to, even if you had the money and the vehicle. Sometimes you have both of those. You have a ride and money, but you just, you know, some things, if you're hurting here or there, it doesn't. But other things, yeah, sometimes you're going to hurt even if you're, home. But then some things, it's like a wedding, something important. But if it's just something you were supposed to go do fun with a group or something, that that kind of that's kind of where you can. It's not that big of a deal, but it's still frustrating. Bums you out because you didn't get that socialization or that fun or whatever it was. But sometimes that, whatever it is, includes you're going to hurt way too much. It's not going to be worth it. Some things are worth it, and some things aren't worth your foot swollen for 3 days. Not everything is. Just because it's fun to do, or something you've wanted to do, doesn't mean you probably should do it if you had the opportunity. Depending on when that opportunity shows up, you know. That's part of life. You can't fight every battle because it'll wear you out. You got to pick the battles to fight. Pick the important ones to be passionate about. I'm not saying don't try on anything, but if it's not something that it really, really matters, just give up the argument, because it's not worth it. So that's kind of where I am. So this day is something I really, really needed. Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Rocky Gabriel. Thank you, man, because I was thinking that a lot yesterday. I need something to prompt me to get back into life again. Get moving. So I've been able to do little things, but there's a few bigger things like the garbage, because that has piled up. And I mean, there's not a lot of meat products in my waste, in my garbage, so it's not anything that's like gonna smell, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, where's that coming from? Not in the cold weather. Very little meat, maybe fruit or produce, garbage, but not anything that smells. I mean, that stuff basically just liquefies. Dries out or liquefies. Cucumbers liquefy, oranges and apples kind of dry out, then they get liquidy. So yeah, or they get liquidy first and then finish dry. I don't know, but yeah. So having that smaller birds last day or so, and then these jays coming this time of day, at lunchtime again. That's pretty interesting. What's up with lunchtime, Gaby Rocky? What's up with lunchtime? What's the deal? Telling me the day's half over. Get up, Mom. Put your shoes on. Time to take the garbage out. It is gorgeous, and I am going to. I'm going to go grab something to eat because, believe it or not, I haven't even eaten yet. So I'm just starting to get a relief from some of this pain I was hurting. So anyway, I've only been yapping away because there's not a bunch of them to watch. I mean, there are, but it's a steady stream kind of thing, not the entire circus. Oh, there's that's the bush escalator I talk about. The shrubbery escalator. Boop. Only the blue jays use it like that. That's what cracks me up. See, he's got a peanut and he's like still on the escalator. He's like, whoop, there's the next one. You see what I'm saying? It's not an elevator. That's why I call it an escalator, because it's like pop, pop. Elevators, like a bunch come off at one time. But these guys are like an escalator. Oop, next step comes up. Oop, where's the next one? Come on. I've got videos up. That it's like it happens 4, 5, 6 times. And they're all in the bottom of the bush. See how they come in and they fly and they get down to the bottom? You'll see that other one. He'll get up on the bush and pop his head up. It's pretty soon. That's usually what happens. It's just, there he is. Oh my God. I'm not watching it through the camera. That's why because if I have to watch it through the camera, then I have to put my glasses on, and I just like watching it and holding the camera there. Try not to move. The angle I have it at, the view app, it's not like an aerial view type thing. And because it's blocked, because it's obviously a wall, it's not a camera outside videoing it. I'm videotaping from, or recording from, videotaping. Duh, I'm not old. I'm recording from inside, obviously. And so that's I get that view when they're right on the, unless I stand up. If I stand up, you'll see the view changes. So I can actually see more of them. There's nobody there. As you see, you can see a whole lot better view of them like this. But if I'm standing here, you're not going to get all those flocks. You'll get the doves and some of the some of the squirrel won't care if they see me right sitting here. I mean, right by the window, he's come up. Same thing with some of the blue jays, but they're not going to flock up on here while I'm standing like this. And I don't have the right angle for my tabletop tripod to be on the desk. That is why I sit, because I'm not taking up the whole window, kind of, when they go by, the birds come in. See? As soon as he sees me not in the window, he's like, oh. Some of them have like a peanut that fell out of it, so they're lighter. I think that's why they put them down and pick the right shape, the right weight peanut. Because obviously the heavier the peanut, trying to give you see how pretty they are in the sun. See what I'm saying? As soon as but holding my arm, this is like holding it way over my head, where my head would be if I was standing. They don't mind coming like that. But my arm gets even tireder faster when I hold it up like this. Did you see him readjust it in his beak so he could fly easier? It's so cool. It's so cool to watch how they pick up different peanuts and decide. Some of them are like very picky, very choosy. Or you could say they're very discerning on the peanut that they choose when there's an abundance of them. Oh. Is that the earnest of the Blue Jays? Kind of looked like he was flying sideways there, didn't it? He kind of fell into the frame. It's fucking hilarious. So funny, right? Now you see why I spend so much time sitting here. Because sometimes they're really cool to watch. I mean, you could see how 40 minutes can go really fast. Right? I mean, you've been sitting here with me for 17, 18 minutes now, I think. You can see why. You could easily sit an hour. So tired. It gives you so much of a better view. But at the same time, sometimes when I do it at this lower view, this one, you get to see that bird in the trail cam view. I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta go. My stomach's growling. Peace out.